Welcome, I'm Rob. You join me in the kart at a new track for the channel. Today, we are at Leeds. This one is a Tuesday evening for a public session. I've been joined by Dan and his dad Mark, plus one of my subscribers, Racerook. Unfortunately, he doesn't appear in this video all too much. So let's watch the first lap without my face. That's a decent reference set there then. I've been told to aim for a 41-second lap time. I've got 1.5 to find. I think I might be okay. So to get the excuses out of the way immediately, my kart is definitely slower on the straights than Dan's, who is just ahead of me there. But I'm keeping up as I am quicker through the corners. The rest of the group were a family who seemed to have very little experience, if any, and were incredibly slow. There were surprisingly few stoppages though, so that's a good thing. We had that traffic to deal with, even if I had managed to stay flat throughout most of the bridge section, but we're still slightly down on time for this lap. So I knew roughly how to take this bridge, and this lap is pretty much what I'd been told, maybe a little closer to the apex on the left-hander though. So I found a few tenths now thanks to that clear lap, but I'm catching some traffic again. I just about squeezed past the side of kart 19 there. I was expecting them to move to the left a little bit quicker than they did. That was fairly close, but I'm sure I can get into the 41s. That'll do nicely. A 41.6 is good enough for me for my first ever visit to this track. I have spotted some more traffic up ahead though, so we'll have to see if I can find some space to try again. I gave a small wave of the hand there as I just clipped the kart that I was passing. This bump before the quick chicane is able to unsettle the kart quite badly if you hit it wrong. The left, right, left are taken flat out if you can get it right. The lower section of this bridge is a common place for some quite big crashes. I'm sure you've seen some on YouTube in other videos. Earlier this year in another video, I did reference it as the Bridge of Death. Only it appears not to be living up to its name today. I've yet to see a crash. Remember, if you get a black flag waved at you, remember the briefing video. Just head to the pits. Do not stop on the track. I think that was pretty much as good as I got it. I'm flat throughout and I'm using the compression to pull myself around. Remember how I said Dan's kart was faster? Having dropped back a little, he'd caught up and was now sitting on my back bumper for the last lap or so. I decided to wave him through here and see what was what. And look at the gap he pulled by the end of the short straight. His is definitely quicker. I'm surprised it took this long, but we've got our first yellow flag. Was it time for the bridge's first victim? Nope, he's just stopped against the barrier. He just needed to turn to the right slightly and he'd be on his way. Instead, it took almost an entire slow lap and a marshal to get him going again. Ah, that says third place. Yep, Dan's supercar had him in first, setting a 41.263 second lap. Hopefully, this won't be a repeat of the Warrington fiasco. Race Rook, Ian, was second with a 41.585, and of course my 41.603 had me in third. I have got plenty of room to improve though, and if I get a slightly quicker kart on the straights, it'll certainly help out. Thanks to Dan, Mark and Ian for joining me on this session. It was Dan's idea, but I'm going to take the credit. We've got another session to go here, which you'll see tomorrow. So as always, thank you so much for joining me on my go-karting adventures. If you've enjoyed this video, please do give it a thumbs up and leave any feedback down below in the comments. This is the start of a whole bunch of new tracks, so please do subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Maybe the next one I visit will be your local track. Until next time, cheers.